We're going to take you through all that this technology has to offer. There's several different modules in here. It does a lot of different cool stuff. So we're going to kind of take it one by one, but I wanted to start with our stories, and I'll start with mine. Um, this was this was me back a couple years ago when I was reacting to all different types of foods, and honestly, I didn't know what was causing all of my reactions. And I was just kind of chasing my tail, trying to figure it out. So you can see my neck, I don't know how much you can tell from these pictures, but my neck and up in my scalp was always red and inflamed. My ears were always bright red and hot, and you can even see on my cheeks up there and just how blotchy I was. The skin on my temples would peel off every day, just completely peel off. And I didn't know what was happening. I finally got with a functional medicine doctor who helped me to identify mast cell activation and also mold toxicity. But both of these are just kind of long-term things to deal with, and I had a diagnosis which felt kind of good, but I still had a long ways to go, and just wasn't making a whole lot of progress. However, the doctor did help me to tie in my emotions with what was happening. And that was part of the reason I couldn't figure out what I was reacting to, because a lot of it had to do with stress. And so this was kind of a missing piece of my puzzle, but I still didn't have an answer for how to deal with that. And then in August of 2022, I met Juliana, and she introduced me to the AO scan technology. And I was so intrigued just right away. I knew I had to learn more about this. And once I started using the sound therapy, which was that piece that was missing for me for the emotions, and it really just started to calm things down. I real quickly started to get better, and I'll tell you more parts of my story as we go through tonight. But so I started in August, and in October, this is my husband and I on our way to breakfast and coffee, which was something that I never did. I didn't drink coffee anymore. I didn't go out to eat. I only ate 6 or 7 different foods for a really long time, about a year and a half. So this was an exciting day for me. And then just a month later, this was me, and this is the picture that I used to launch my business, and I have on my social media and stuff, so you can see the progress that I made real quickly. And now, my passion is just to help other people get this into their hands, into their homes, so they can start feeling better too. Before Solex, I had these terrible skin reactions. My nervous system was a mess. Social anxiety because I didn't like the way that I looked. I wasn't comfortable going out in public or socializing because it revolved around food most of the time, and I couldn't eat anything. So that was no fun. I had no energy and I was depressed. And after Solex, my reaction started to calm down. I was able to eat more and more foods. I started to feel better and have more energy. And I even decided to launch my own business and follow a dream that I've had to share this with people. And this is me last September at the conference, celebrating my first rank in Solex, and just getting going with this business. So that was a fun day for me. And I'm gonna let Juliana tell her story. You're muted.
There we go.
Okay.
It is wonderful to meet you guys. I'm glad we had a moment to chat before we jumped in. Because like we've never met. So here's a little introduction. I've always had a heart for healing. The upper left photo is me at age 14 in the Amazon jungle on a missions trip, We're at one of those like schoolroom slash churches, one room, and we were praying for someone to receive his sight, and he did not receive his sight that night. But it set me on a course of like, I know healing's possible. Even though it didn't happen, I'm like, something in my spirit was like, I know healing is possible, but how does it work? And I've been that way like throughout different careers. I've just been kind of obsessed with how do we help people heal. And I want it to be in easy ways. I want it to be global, just like we were talking about having our business online because we want to reach more people, and to help people regardless of where their background is, and it be easy. So, and part of that journey was traveling around the world 7 times. How many times? 7. And as in missions, but it was still with that heart cry of how do we help people heal easily? And part of my question was, how do we help them heal regardless of, let's say, a certain faith? Like, what is intrinsic for the human race? So that led me to Solex. You can go to the next one. And honestly, little secret, when I heard it was network marketing, at first I'm like, oh no, never again. I've I have been down those roads. I had past emotional injuries. And I was like, I'm not sure about this. But regardless, I had crippling vertigo at the time. I was doing full-time work as an energy healer, doing emotion code, and it was great that I had a full client load, but I was also suffering from this vertigo. I was starting to have to cancel on clients. I had a degree of burnout going on, and I lived in survival finances. Just, I don't know. Of course, I learned that in missions. I call it poverty rehab post missions, was part of my personal experience. Um, and I was just always in survival. And so I call this like the Solex makeover. A lot of things have changed for me in these last 3 years. In many ways, it's been a dream come true. Number one, the shock and awe of my body started functioning well within 7 days of just running frequencies. So that was cool, but it just kept going from there. I was able to help more people. I learned and am grateful for this new concept of residual income or passive income. I That was always some pie in the sky for me, and it's real, and I want more people to have it for sure. I was able to pay off my car and get out of that car payment. That was significant for me. And we got married through last June. We got married, and I had a debt-free wedding, and I was just so grateful for all these things coming about that I'd never experienced before. So yeah, and then we have an awesome team that you're connecting to by just hanging out with us tonight. Our tribe, I think of it almost like Apple computers in that we think differently. We think out of the box. We are passionate about holistic health, pioneering, and we want to help people heal at the root cause. What's the root of the root of the root? It's energy, frequency. You guys know it's vibration. And are here to change lives. When others will say there's a diagnosis, that's all there is, we still believe that healing is possible.
Awesome. I'm gonna take you on just a little journey through Solex and how they got started. Over on the left is Lauren Swenson. That's the creator of this technology. And in 1982, he adopted a son with cerebral palsy and did not want to accept that diagnosis, that there was nothing that they could do to help their son. And so he traveled the world looking for solutions and came up with this theta chamber that he invented, and it actually reversed his son's cerebral palsy. So Lauren is a huge innovator and did not stop there. He just kept going, and in 2008 he discovered this NLS system at a trade show in China. And then he and his team continued to develop it, and it became the first AO-scan digital body analyzer. And it was, then you can see in 2012, it had advanced to the AO-scan system, which sold for $38,000. So all of this technology, there's so much to this, but it was something you had to go somewhere and you had to be scanned, and it was very expensive. And then in 2021, he was able to bring this to a mobile version. And it was released in a way that can be accessible to everyone at home. And now we can now access this on our cell phones, our tablets, our computers, anywhere there's Wi-Fi. We're now able to use the bulk of this technology. I think is about 90% of what was in the original $38,000 is now available on our cell phones.
Yeah.
And you guys are both sound healers, and you know a lot about energy, and so I won't spend a whole lot of time here, but every part of our body is made up of energy like everything else is, and when things start to get out of balance is when we start to feel illness and fatigue and depression, and Lauren was able to categorize all of these different frequencies of every different part of the body that has its own signature frequency, and he's isolated them and cataloged them and made them just super easy for us to access them at any time. So this is the AO-scan technology, and there are several different aspects to this. It's like having a wellness center in the palm of your hand. There are several different rooms of the wellness center that we'll go into tonight, and just see different kind of healing modalities in each one. The first one is the inner voice, and this is the customized sound therapy. This is what helped me to start regulating my nervous system. This is so cool. This is just sound therapy on another level that is customized to your voice. So it takes a 10-second scan of your voice. You just speak into your phone, and it's analyzing over 10,000 frequencies within the voice, looking for emotional imbalances in the vocal tones and things that we don't normally hear in normal conversation. It's picking up on those imbalances. And then it is creating a customized frequency for us to listen to target those exact emotions, those exact things that are out of balance. And it creates these gorgeous reports for us that tell us about the emotions and where those emotions affect our body physically. And then it even goes a step further and gives us suggestions on things that we can do above and beyond the sound therapy for that. And another little thing that I love about this is that along with the music, it is also pulling in chromotherapy or color therapy and using the frequency of color to also help balance out those emotions. And so you'll see the glasses up at the top, they look like this, and there are different colors. Depending on what color comes up for you, you can wear these glasses for 10 or 15 minutes, and it is just an additional layer of support. And I'm really amazed at how much these glasses will change your mood and your emotions as well. So a lot of people get, like I said, my nervous system started to calm down. You can see some other things down there, improving mood and just calming, helping you breathe deeper, decrease pain and sleep better. I noticed a big change in my confidence level after doing this over time. I just was more positive in general and started to gain more confidence. And here is a testimony from Stephanie, and she said, since listening, I felt like I have more control over my anxious feelings. There have already been a few times that I'll notice a panic attack starting, and I'll play my songs and I can immediately feel the tension leaving my body. I feel like I always have a tool with me to keep my body and mind at peace. And this is incredible. This is the power of what we have with this, and the fact that we can take it with us anywhere that we go. Here are just a few statistics from a small group who listened to the customized therapy for 21 days in a row. And you can see the percentages over here. Their depression was better by 70%, 52% decreased pain, 67% anxiety, and 47% were sleeping better. So there's a lot of different ways that just the sound therapy can help you. And now we're gonna step into another room of the Wellness Center, and this is MindSync. This is a whole nother module within the technology. This is exciting, this is new, and we woke up earlier this week to some more improvements, some upgrades in this part of the technology, which is really cool. And you'll find with Solex that happens a lot. They're always adding new things and just giving us better ways to help our health. But in MindSync, you can speak in custom affirmations. It will give you prompts if you want that, or you can speak in your own. And what it's doing is helping match the right and left side of the brain so that we are taking in the information and it's actually changing our thoughts. This is an area that I am actually just getting started using this on a regular basis, and I'm finding it to be extremely effective. And I'm amazed at the negative thoughts that very often would come up in my mind. I am hearing myself say, because we're recording these in our own voice, which is another level that makes it really effective, is that you're hearing it back in your own voice. And so I'm hearing myself say back to me, is that true? That's not true. And I'm reminded of what the truth is. Juliana, I know you use this a lot. You want to add anything here?
Yeah, I'm a big fan. Like, I've always wanted to do more hypnotherapy, and now I can. This is that. It's like, I almost, again, I feel like I've got all these wellness practitioners in my pocket, because it really is creating that deep hypnosis, with those offset hertz, so that it's really meaning being centered in the brain, and somehow it's just absorbing the affirmations on a deeper level, and then we're seeing our lives change. So whatever you want to reprogram, you put in here, and then it just got updates today or yesterday, and we're hoping they'll tell us what those are. Like, this interface just changed. And again, I love that the price doesn't change, but our Lauren, the guy you just heard about, he really has the biggest heart, and he's determined to keep empowering us with more resources. So love that one.
Yes.
And all of these are ideal. Anything we're talking about can be used in a wellness practice. You can charge for these. You can charge for inner voice scan, charge for MindSync. It's easy and quick. That sound therapy that's customized only takes you like 15 seconds total to actually do the action. Okay, now maybe I have to find their profile and so on. So let's say 1 minute out of your time, and then charge whatever price you want. And then it empowers more people between their sessions. And any type of wellness, this is going to help to balance and release old trapped emotions. It's going to help to increase the mental state, so it can help any other therapies that are being done. I love that. I love that, like, take home for anybody to be using, because it only takes a second to email it to them, and then they can listen to them unlimited at home as needed.
Awesome. And now we're gonna move on to the supplement library, which I love this part. This is another module within there that we're gonna talk about. This was a huge part of my recovery as well. You are actually able to go in and create your own supplement library with your own supplements, and you can scan in the energetic signature of each supplement. And when you do your bioscans, it will tell you what your body is in need of. This just blew my mind. This was so fun for me to get started. I love supplements, I love good supplements, and they're expensive. And so to only be taking them when my body needed them was great. And I also love that it will tell me on different days, I'll need different amounts of things. And it's another way to really biohack and, just really get your health just at the optimal level. This is one thing I used when I was first starting. My doctor had put me on a lot of antihistamines because of all of my reactions, and I knew that was not long-term what I wanted or where I wanted to be. And so I was able to scan all of those antihistamines in and find out right away that I only needed about half of them, which was amazing. And over time, from using all the different parts of this technology, I was able to just reduce the amount of antihistamines that I have needed. And I just continue to get stronger and stronger in this area. So this is super exciting. I love this part of it.
Can I just remember we don't have any part in this that we talk about. Oh, by the way, Solex does have a lot of supplements themselves, including these these liquid ones that are nanotech, and those are my new favorites because they absorb really fast. But that's for another day. We can only ride so many rides within this time that we have with you. This, that's just know that yes, there's also supplements.
Yes, great supplements too. And here's just another testimony about the inner voice and helping Tracy with her OCD and her trauma. Yeah, there's no shortage of testimonies out there that we keep hearing them, and they keep coming in. Okay, the next room we're gonna enter is the Cephi. This is really fun too. I think they're all my favorites. It's hard, it's hard to pick one, but this is the subtle energy frequency imprinter. This is where all of those frequencies we talked about for the body and emotions and homeopathics and several different things, they're cataloged here. So we can go in and we can pinpoint exactly what it is that we're needing. If you need allergy support, or if you have back pain or vertigo or nausea, whatever you have going on at the time, or anxiety, stress, if you need more inner peace, more gratitude, you can pick frequencies. There are thousands in here to pick from. You can balance your chakras. You can imprint these and you can broadcast them right to your body. We're gonna get into that. You wanna talk about Cephi dots?
Yeah, these are patches. You're going to see this more and more. Have you guys even heard of frequency patches? There's no, you're going to, okay, it's a new thing in wellness. And there are some that are being sold, they're pre-programmed, whereas ours, you can imprint them with any frequencies you want. Just like Heather was describing, we can imprint whatever is needed. We can scan the body to see which homeopathic remedies we need and then imprint that. The patches give like a slow drip of frequency energy over days. So that's a great way to use them as well. We can imprint frequencies to water. We can imprint it to crystals or bracelets or jewelry. Lots of ways that we can support our bodies with frequencies and imprinting them. I was thinking about that earlier today. When I first started, I was doing everything. Like, wait, I could do my shampoo for hair loss. I'm out there imprinting my toothpaste with frequencies for dental health. Everything. Why not?
Yes.
Uh, we have had a lot of results. I'm actually gonna tell one that's not on here. My grandmother is 95. When those patches came out, I leaned skeptic. Sorry, it's just how I've been in the past. I'm like, these patches, it looks like a sticker. What could this do? I imprinted it for knee pain. My grandmom's walking with 95. Her left knee has bone on bone pain. And she's got a little walker. And when I saw her, she said she had a lot of pain. And I'm like, you know what? Let me try this. I just got this. We'll imprint it. So I put these stickers on either side of her knee. And I saw her 3 days later. She wasn't using her walker. And I'm like, how are you doing? She's like, oh, the pain completely went away within a day. So I'm like, sign me up for stickers. Like, what? Show me something else. So we just have to try these. It's like one of those things you don't know what key is going to fit the lock, as we have done with health and wellness with so many other things. But sometimes it just is exactly what we needed. Frequency shift.
So just to recap where we've been so far, we talked about the inner voice, which is the custom sound therapy. We talked about MindSync and the affirmations, the supplement library, and the Cephi system. So next up, we're going to talk about the vital scan and comprehensive scan. And Juliana, I'm going to let you talk about those.
I'm gonna go a little faster through these because if we stopped, if what we mentioned is all we had, it's amazing. It's worth it. But there's more is the theme song with this technology, and we're not even going to cover it all tonight, but it all is based on this, our bio-individuality, that we are all unique in our biological makeup and needs. Therefore, we need to be treated uniquely. So that's what's fabulous about this. It's scanning to find out what's uniquely needed for your health support, and then gives you education, gives you feedback with like the vital scan. So this one has a lot of information, over 850 line items in this scan. If you want to know what foods you are not in resonance with today, if you want to know what frequencies of parasites or bacteria or viruses are coming up, you can do that. It only takes like 2.5 minutes to not just scan, but then optimize. And on the first scan, it's going to see where is the body at. Let's say let's say 5 is optimal, but it does the scan for something within the immune function and it finds that it's at like a 9 towards inflammation. Then when the optimization is going to send frequencies to help the immune system move towards 5 to get back to optimal state. So this is fabulous. I call it a total body tune-up. It's my daily routine with that. And also comprehensive. So if vitals was like blood biology, think of this like MRI or CT scan. This is where you can zero in the pain in an ankle or a hip or stomach, whatever that area of the body is, you can scan and then optimize. And there are ways that certain scans can summarize the things that were most out of balance. That's where in these scans, we're looking for themes. What's consistently out of place? And then, okay, that signals that I need to take more action than just frequencies. I need to do something else for that part of my body. So again, this has full reports. And let's look at that. There is a detailed report here. So you can see it gives detailed view of the body, but then very specifics. And I don't have a medical background, so there are many words on these reports that go right over my head. I don't have to understand them to learn from it if I want to see, let's say, what's consistent over time. I also don't have to understand every detail to hit both the scan button and the optimize button. If I'm just optimizing daily, that alone can help support every one of these areas. So if you want to dig deeper into seeing what's going on in your body, there it is. This is where we talk about putting your health back in your hands. And there's more. We can do our cats, dogs, horses, animals. So cool. You can see the pet chakras on the report. You can have sound therapy for your animals. I just helped someone get started in Spain last night, and that was the first thing that she did was her dogs. And she's like, he was barking, barking, barking. I started broadcasting peace, calm, and tranquility to him, and he literally settled down. I'm like, that is so cool. Because animals are neutral. Animals aren't like placebo, like it's so much fun to support animals. There's more details with body systems and the emotional causes. There's a hormone panel. And there are also detoxes with homeoenergetics as well. Lots of fun things.
Yes. So as you can see, this is a full spectrum wellness solution, but I don't want you to get overwhelmed by everything that you've seen because they've made it very user friendly within the technology. And you can go as deep as you want, or you can just do the things that work for you, and you can ease your way into doing more and more things. But I just wanted you to see and to know the capability here, of everything, and it's all safe, it's non-invasive. This is handheld and portable, and, it's got all the different things that we talked about tonight. And so I also wanted to show you this because this is such a great value. The technology itself is $149 a month, and that's to access the database, and you don't have to buy any equipment. That's to put as many people, as many profiles, family members, clients as you want on there. And then they give you this option to get a wellness bundle on top of that, and they have big savings if you get this on your when you initially sign up for the technology. You get the glasses with all 12 shades of colors. You get a headset to do the bioscans. You get a package of 60 of the frequency packages that you imprint. You customize those with whatever you want. And there's also a red light device that is made to target the bloodstream. Oh, mine needs to be recharged, but it goes on the wrist, and it's red light that targets the bloodstream, along with some passes if you wanted to share it with friends. And so there's a lot here at a great savings. And if you are interested, like I said, it's $149 for the subscription. And if you are interested in being a quantum living advocate, which just means that you have the ability to be an affiliate, that you can refer people and you can earn commissions with that. It's $49 a year to have that option, and you will have lots of team support that goes along with that. And if you share it with just 3 other people, the me plus 3 equals free, that's gonna more than cover your monthly monthly fee. I think we all know 3 people who need this in their lives, and so that's really not very hard to do, and then you get to use it all for free. So they make it very, very easy and very affordable.
Yeah, and it's kind of an overflow. That's how it started for me. As far as I was doing that, I don't know what this is, and a friend of mine was like, I know what that is. I want one. I'm like, okay, this works. But it comes back to like we've been talking about. results. We want you to have success, and we're not here to like sign you up and depart. We are here to support you, and it needs to be like back to value. You know, what value would it be if we could tap a button and see something significant change in our bodies or our lives? For me, that vertigo is like, you know, huge, but we also have support. We have lots of training. You immediately have lots of training to go through to understand what you have in your hands. We have lots of cool team things. We have I want to say the largest team within this company, um, because we do a lot of things to support you. We want you to have lots of connections within this, and you find, well, as we know, everything's frequency. We find that in this community, we meet a lot of new friends that have like-hearted, like-minded vision. I'm very grateful for that.
Yeah, and I forgot to mention too that I'm doing with anyone that enrolls with me, I have a Quantum Wellness 30, which in the first 30 days is a series of emails and Zoom calls and one-on-one support to walk you through this learning step by step, to make it easier and make sure that you're getting the most out of your technology. So. So just think about, what other tools do you have in your life that can give you this much insight and detailed reports, not only reports, but also optimize your whole body in minutes. And how many medical expenses could you avoid with technology like this? This was huge for me at the beginning because I was paying $300 a doctor's visit to see a functional medicine doctor, and that was no testing, that was no treatment, that was just to get in the door. And so when I found out that this was $149 a month, could do all of these different things, I could do my own testing on a daily basis and my own optimization and supplementation and frequency generation and all of this for myself at half of that cost. And then I could also do it for my family members too, at no additional charge. That this was just a no-brainer for me. And we can also think about what kind of issues are we preventing in the future, because energetically our bodies give signals long before we feel symptoms and we start to feel sick. And so if you are scanning and optimizing on a regular basis, you are helping your health and you are preventing some future illnesses as well.